Hey. We are the Spitter Swallow Beer Review.
I'm Shagdog.
I am Jammer. We're doing Beale's Gold. It's a Hell's Lager.
Right, 84 by Beer Advocate. 4.8% ABV, and it's a rotating seasonal Virginia Beale's Brewery and Barbecue out of Bedford, Virginia.
This says simple thrills for curious folks. That's the cap.
And we're thinking it's a polar bear on there, but I'm going to say it's a brown bear or something, right?
Because of Virginia, right?
Yeah, and it's light blue and blue, but yeah, it looks like a brown bear or something on there.
How do you like these little Scouty bottles here?
I'm not a big fan of the snub nose bottles at all. Coors Banquet still has a snub nose. I wish they'd come back out with long necks, but
they're not bad. I mean, they take up more space in the fridge.
Yeah, because they're a little fatter, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like my deceased brother, God bless. So he was short and stouty.
Yeah.
But when we were kids, he'd come home, they're calling me fat, whatever. And my mom would say, just tell me you're not fat, you're pleasantly plump. And he actually did it one day. We were out there playing baseball or something across the street at college.
Mm-hmm.
Some kid started saying something about his fatness, and he said, I'm not fat, I'm pleasantly plump. And
everybody cracked up laughing.
Yeah.
And killed the whole...
Picking on him with his fat.
By insulting himself.
Right.
With a nice compliment.
And it was never really fat like big old B. It's just he's short and stocky, yeah.
It says right here, you found it, crisp, smooth, deceptively simple, a beer for drinking. Have fun, Beale's.
Right.
And I'm thirsty, Shagdog.
I'm ready to drink it. Well, we got to smell it and look at it.
I got the straw colors.
Yeah.
Golden.
A little cloudy.
Yeah, a little bit of a haze.
Yeah, it is a Hell's.
Yeah. It does have a lot of bubbles.
Nice head. I mean, the head's retaining.
Yeah. And it's not a frothy one. It's like a slight creamy froth instead. And white with a little tinge of yellow in there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting.
Pleasantly surprised here with the smell. I'm actually glad the smell isn't bad.
Yeah.
It's got some grassy notes, some malty, grassy.
A little grain. Maybe a little lemony grass.
Yeah, a little citrus there. It actually smells like it might be a really good beer.
Yeah, it's an American-made Hell's Lager.
Let's try it.
We'll see.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, that's not bad.
Not bad for a Hell's Lager. Not my favorite type of lager, but yeah.
You got some grassy notes there, the bready malts. Kind of toasty. Citrus. Got a nice little hoppy bitter that goes from the very beginning all the way to the back and then quickly dissipates.
Right.
How about you?
It's not bad for a Hell's Lager. It tastes like some German ones I've had before too. It's a little grassy, citrusy note. A little grainy.
Pretty smooth, actually.
But yeah, smooth. A little too hoppy for my taste, but not overly hoppy.
But that hoppiness dissipates.
Yeah, it does.
Disappears, and then you get a nice dry finish.
And it's not like a IPA hoppy. It's just like a Pilsner hoppy, like a Pilsner. Whatever.
And they are right. They say this is crisp. It's crisp. They say it's smooth. It's smooth.
Yeah. Not my particular favorite style of lagers, but
I'd say this is actually...
I think it's close to the
I'm
German
pleasantly surprised.
I'm pleasantly surprised it's so close to it. They didn't overhop it with a bunch of crazy hops and stuff like that. I don't know if these guys, it's some place at the brewery and barbecue, so I don't know.
Nice little sweetness, too. Hey,
Yeah.
you got any comments there?
No comments, no views.
Ah, good. That keeps us on
Did
track.
you show them the cap?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's my cap toss.
That's both our cap toss, huh? Let's do it, Loss.
I still missed.
I'm going to miss too. Try not to lean forward.
You're going to get it.
Oh.
See, I told you. I called it. So I get it for calling it.
All right.
You said you were going to miss.
We didn't do the heads or tails, but that's okay. That's too hard of shit to keep track of.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't complicate.
You got too much stuff going on already. Yeah.
Like they say here, deceptively simple.
Right.
You know, that's what you got to be.
Why do you think I got so fat over the last 2 years? Was it because of my surgery and I quit smoking?
I think mostly it's because you're in activity. You're penchant for fast food and trash food, basically. And you do drink excessive amounts of beer.
But remember, most of the weight came on within 5-6 months after I had the surgery and quit smoking. So
that is true. And being that would also be because during that time period you were not very active.
But I was doing all the same stuff, though. I mean, I haven't been active for a few years, actually.
I know.
I just got so fat when I see pictures of myself, like that picture you sent me at the beach. I didn't even recognize myself besides the head, you know. I said, holy fuck, I'm a fat fuck. Sorry for saying so many F words, but
yeah, I don't know why you have
my
to
brother's
say that.
rubbing off on me lately.
Well, you know, that's a perverted thing that we do not need to
And
hear
I'm tired.
about. You hear me?
I heard you.
You want to keep it in the family? Keep it in
Right.
the family, all right? Helping each other out.
Right. Now,
I like this. This is not bad.
not
I am
bad.
surprised, and for a Hell's Lager, I really like it because I didn't expect to be so crisp. It's one of the better Hell's Lagers that I've had.
especially American made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
American-made Hell's Lager.
I mean, I've had
Most of them, they want to really hop it up.
Yeah. I've had some German ones that I like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a couple that I don't like. You know, it just depends on the company, I guess. But
Well, I'm glad I got these.
it's pretty good. And you got them because you thought, I've been telling you for years, there used to be a beer called Beale's.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they sold it down here back in the day, but it was up in New York. And I don't know if they still sell in New York, if it went out of business or not. I think Pabst might own them. I'm not sure if they still make it. It was out of New York City originally, I think. And you saw that, and you said, hey, I got that beer you wanted, Beale's. I'm like, you got Peels? No, Beale's with a B.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. Well, I'm glad you got this. This probably tastes better than Peels, most likely. Peels is basically just adjunct.
What would you give this Shagdog?
It's
I know
pretty
it's
good.
I'm going to give it a Swarter. That's for sure.
I'm going to give it a Swarter and a... God, do I want to give it... I can't go A-, but a B+.
That's what I was thinking. You know what? I was like, when you said, I can't go that... And you're like, you know, I just knew you were going to say B+, because that's what I was thinking.
I mean, there's only so many beers I give A-, A, and A+.
Because I was thinking to myself, it's not an A beer,
Yeah.
but it's a B+.
Yeah, almost an A-, but... Yeah.
I like being able to sometimes just sit back and wait to see what you would say.
I like
hey, we got a comment.
Oh, thanks for coming. Hey, JoJo's cider review and more.
Hey.
Cheers. JoJo's cider review.
Cheers. Well, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Yeah.
But I will give this, like you said, a B+ because I just think it's that good. It's nice and crisp.
Almost A-, but I can't give too many beers 8. In the A bracket, it's only a few that, you know, I get it. Like, I'm jumping for joy almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This almost got me out of the seat, but it didn't quite do it.
I know. You were kind of like, because of the bitter there for a moment.
Yeah, but
and it's not really bitter.
It's smooth, though. Yeah,
Huh.
It smooths out and everything.
I mean, I know you don't like the hoppy bitters and all that stuff, but this isn't it's got a nice, mild bitter. It's not too much citrus or pine or grapefruit.
Right.
And it goes away. It's throughout, and then it just slowly dissipates. It leaves you with a dry finish and a desire to drink some more.
Do you think ever, with me and you, doing beer reviews, that if you get excited, well, this can't be true, but sometimes I think it is. When you take a sip before I do, and something you get excited about, and I'm not like really excited, I tend, you get the, yeah, well, fuck, I want to join the party, and yeah,
That influence your grade?
right. I mean, you think that happens sometimes a little bit. I mean, not that you're totally influenced because you're like, wow, now I'm getting a good mood because you're in a good mood. I'm like, well, now because when you're in a good mood, even bad stuff might taste good, right?
Yeah. Either that or you won't remember it.
Right. But there is sometimes you're very excited about something, and I'm like, Like I haven't given too many.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think I'm swaying your grade because whenever I do get excited about something, if you're not and you don't like it as much as I do, you always stand firm on your.
Yeah, there is times like I give something B plus, and you give it a D minus or a D or something, which we don't give too many of those out.
I know.
So I don't know how the hell I liked it and you did, but it must have been something in it. Like something with.
I don't know what it is about a lot of beers here recently that I've had that have a lot of corn. A lot of adjunct in there, and it's got that corn flavor.
They're trying to create.
And it's supposed to be a craft beer.
Oh, JoJo said something again, Jammer. First review I ever watched from you guys was Mackenzie's Black Cherry Cider. You remember that one?
Black Cherry Cider.
Mackenzie's Black Cherry.
That's
been a long time ago.
Yeah, that was back in the day too. Before we got kicked, before the censored and right.
Was that before we got censored, or
before we got censored and banned by YouTube?
So it was within the last year then, because we just got censored in July or whatever.
Well, yeah, it would have been back in the old ones, right?
Oh, it could have been, yeah. Yeah, it'd been on the old ones. I don't remember doing it on the recent ones.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, thanks. I don't Mackenzie. The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, it sounds very familiar. And Black Cherry, we haven't had many Black Cherry ciders either, so yeah.
Mackenzie sounds so familiar because it's like Scottish or something, right? Mackenzie?
Yeah.
Mackenzie clan.
I'm thinking MCKEA.
Well, he's got ENI.
Yeah.
ENZIE.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it looks familiar. Yeah. Well, thanks for at least one of us remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Not bad though. Yeah. I'd probably. I'm not a big Hell's Lager fan, but I probably would drink a couple of these if I was watching a football game or at a bar.
You should ask JoJo what he thinks is the best cider.
I'm sure he heard you.
Because you don't particularly care for ciders.
Not really, no.
Although we did have that one,
the elderberry
from
cider.
Kill Farms.
That was pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
So JoJo, if you're a cider man, what's your favorite cider?
Because I know
brand of cider, I guess.
I know what was that one brand?
Back when we did a bunch of ciders one time, we did all the woodchucks and
the woodchuck. Yeah,
we did that crappy stuff that the girls used to like.
Reds.
No. The other one. God, I can't remember the name of it. Oh well, that's how good it is.
The French one.
Isn't some other cider crap? And those women were big with it or something a couple years ago.
You're not good with your memory. I'm serious. You need to start, taking some Prevagen or something.
Not Prevagen, it's Prevagen. Prevagen.
Well, get me on the pronunciation of things,
Okay.
All right, well, we gave her a grade.
Quiet. Got quiet for a second.
Yeah, well, take some ginkgo then.
Some ginkgo, yeah.
I pronounced that properly.
Isn't there a game called Ginkgo, and I dropped this little disc down the thing.
What is this? Life is Beautiful?
Beautiful.
I don't get it.
Water. I don't know which one's
I don't get it.
Hops, barley, and malt, right?
What's that supposed to be? Some kind of satanic thing?
I don't know. No.
It's like 13 pellets.
Is there 13 there?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's 15 original colonies, which was the 13 colonies, plus we really did own Puerto Rico at that time, too. Nobody really knew about it. It was in secret.
Yeah.
And even though Maine was part of Massachusetts, everybody just called it Maine. So that was... yeah. Let's see. Best cider company, in my opinion, is indeed Mackenzie's. The seasonal reserve is probably their best. Hard to find these days. They're based out of upstate New York. Oh.
Yes, I remember that now because it was describing the Mackenzie's and saying New York, because I remember we got that, and it wasn't one that we saw all that much around here.
Now, I don't like the phrase upstate New York because anybody that doesn't live in New York City or that Yonker, White Plains area, everything, or even White Plains might be considered upstate New York. The rest of New York is considered upstate New York to anybody from New York City or Long Island. Mm-hmm. Whereas somebody lives in, say, the south part of New York by the border of Pennsylvania, South Central, mm-hmm. or along that area, is considered. They call it the Southern Tier, New York, Southern Tier.
So I still don't understand why you don't like a.
Because upstate, it's the whole damn state.
It is
pretty
upstate,
much.
yeah.
Yeah. How come it's not west and north? And
Well, you just said it's the tier or whatever you said.
Southern Tier.
Yeah.
That's what people that live there call
South
it.
Central.
Yeah. So South Central New York. Yeah.
All right. So you already answered your own question.
Yeah, but everybody. I'm just saying, everybody else calls it upstate.
And it would make sense that a place like New York, which New York grows apples, right?
Yeah.
And Virginia, and Maryland, Pennsylvania.
That's how they got the nickname for the city, the Big Apple.
Yeah, that's what I thought. See,
Yeah.
my mind just works like
I don't think they grow any apples in New York City.
See, I don't remember it, but my mind did, and automatically pulled it out of the subconscious and threw that out there. And then you said, "Oh, that's why they called it the Big Apple."
They make apples in Virginia?
Yeah.
Wow.
They don't make them; they grow them.
Oh, wow. Another thing common also, people in New York say, "I love New York," and people in Virginia's
For lovers. Yeah. So you can love New York all you want, but if you want loving,
it's for lovers.
you need to be in Virginia.
Because New York don't love you back.
Forget about it. But yeah, but it makes sense. But Mackenzie's would be good because growing apples right there.
Utica, New York, I believe. Utica. I remember when I lived upstate New York, Southern Tier. Utica, they had a farm. I don't know if it was double A or single A baseball team called Utica. They were Utica Yankees, actually. I think they were in the New York Penn League, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, Utica what?
Utica Yankees.
Oh, Utica Yankees.
Yeah. And most of the farm teams up there in New York that were part of the New York Penn League.
So they weren't very creative.
No. Like the town I lived in where it was that Pioneer Red Sox. They're the Red Sox, but it's the Pioneer Red Sox.
Pioneer.
Elmira Pioneer. Yeah.
Or Pioneer. Yeah.
Pioneer.
Because you said Pioneer.
Pioneer, yeah. That's
Pioneer. Yeah, it's Pioneer, man. Forget about it.
But, yeah, a lot of the teams, let's see. I can't remember the rest of them, but not
good.
all of them.
We don't need to hear them all.
All of them did use real names of teams, but I know Utica did, and Elmira had Pioneer Red Sox.
You're a pine.
Pioneer. Yeah. I don't know. And then it became the Elmira Suns. Then they went back to the Pioneer Red Sox. So I don't know. I haven't been there in years. This is pretty good. I'm ready to drink the next beer, Jammer.
All right. Yeah, me too.
So we graded this.
We've interacted with our viewer.
Yes. And next time we'll have to get more from this company, huh?
Yeah, we'll have to see.
I mean, they do have a list here of beers.
Mm-hmm.
They got the silver, the red, the rainbow connection, one that you might like.
No, that's more for you.
Plumper crot.
Yeah, there's another one good for you. Plumper.
Pink guava.
Plumper cock.
I'm starting to think weird. Pink guava, peach tea blonde, pale ale, Oktoberfest, Mama Crockett donut stout.
I bet you a lot of these are hard to get, or because
it's a
limited edition, or
right. It's a brewery barbecue, and barbecue. So they must be like a little brew pub, brew house.
All right, put us back on our.
All right. Well, thanks for watching JoJo Cider's reviews.
Yes,
and more.
Yes.
And we'll see you on the next one. I am Shagdog.
Yes, he is Shagdog.
Jammer, Spitter Swallow Beer Review. This is actually our, how many months?
This is on our Falltoberfest.
This is part of our Falltoberfest, but it's not a fall.
Yeah, it's not a fall.
Well, it says seasonal rotation.
Hell's Lager is usually spring anyway.
Right. Yeah.
But, I got these when I was up in Virginia not too long ago. And we've been needing to do them, and we're throwing them in. Yeah,
we're throwing them in. We got a few more Oktoberfest type beers. I don't know, got any more pumpkin beers? Or
no.
All Oktoberfest?
Thank God.
I think they're all Oktoberfest still, which is a great smorgasbord of beers.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you on the next one. And I am Shagdog.
I am Jammer.